Hello, hello, hello. This is Gresh again from the CBNation.co podcast. We had a phenomenal interview with Odell Bowman of Life Vantage. We covered so much ground. She has a phenomenal story and it's a really powerful interview. So Adele, I appreciate you for hopping back on for the bonus section. And what I wanted to do for people that might just be listening to this, could you tell us a little bit more about who you are, what you do, and how you serve the clients you work with?
Thank you, Gresham. Yes, I am an affiliate with a company called Life Vantage. We're a nutrigenomics company, an anti-aging company that I came to about 6.5 years ago. And our products help people activate their bodies to heal themselves. We want to help people be the best versions of themselves and to live as long as they can, but at an optimal level. And it's cutting edge science with all natural products. And we're traded on the stock exchange. That validates us as a company, and lots of science, lots and lots of science. That's usually people's questions, like over 22 studies on PubMed.gov. And it's really unusual for companies.
Nice. Well, I definitely appreciate that. And we talked a lot about that being a core part of the secret sauce is being able to kind of have that science, that backing, in addition to all the great work that you all are doing. And so one of the things that came up after, we finished the interview was this idea of hacks. And I love hacks. CEO hacks are one of some of my favorite things. But you talked a lot about stress, and stress being a major cause of a lot of the, I guess, major medical things that people might be going through. And I know people that listening to this are probably really driving really hard to try to reach their goals and, hit all those, aspirations that they have. But often stress can cause us to not take care of ourselves as much as possible. So I know you had some hacks that you kind of know about and touched on that maybe around health that can help us be our optimal and best selves.
Yeah, I do. And oftentimes, the last thing people take care of is themselves. And if you don't take care of yourself, nothing else is going to work, and you won't have a good quality of life. And I think that's what everybody is looking for, is a good quality of life. So there's simple things probably that you've heard before, but I'm going to say them again and hopefully remind you of them.
They stick.
That they stick. The one thing, the thing that you can't do without more than food, more than water, is sleep. And look at your sleep setup. A lot of it, 80% of Americans don't sleep good. And it's worth taking the time to figure out why. Is it your bed? Is it not dark enough? Are you staying on screen too long? Because if you're on the screen right up until you go to sleep, you won't go to sleep. And I, who's like health conscious, my husband said to me the other night, "You've been pushing yourself too hard, honey. You need to get some more sleep." Because when you don't sleep, your brain and your whole body starts to go down. So it's an obvious one, but we don't create it like it's the essential one you can't do without. You can do without water. You can do without food, but you can't do without sleep. The next one is water. We know about water, but most of us aren't drinking enough water. And so part of that, as I was talking about in the previous thing, is about creating a habit for yourself, and of drinking. It may be eight glasses of water a day or more, depending on your weight. And it's tied to your brain being able to think is not having enough water. If you're having trouble focusing or you're feeling tired, grab a glass of water and you're going to go, and within about 10 minutes, you're going to feel a lot better. It also will lead to other health issues. I ended up having gallstones at one point in my life because I didn't drink enough water for my gallbladder to process it. It's all cumulative. So drinking water is an essential one. Um, and something that takes care of comes kind of that stress thing. And another thing that is important is exercise, but a something that goes hand in hand in giving you exercise and giving you almost meditative calming is taking walks.
Mm.
And this all think, oh, that's so simple, but I'm in the habit of now of doing a walk every day, half hour to an hour walk every day, no matter what the weather is. And my head thinks clear. Um, um, my appetite is clear, and I'm de-stressed. If I should get stressed, if I can take a 5-minute walk around the block and come back in, I'm a whole mess better than I was when I started out. So just the simple things that you've heard ad nauseum about sleep and drinking water and simple exercise, which gives you, exercise, but also walking can be very meditative, back in touch with nature. There's a whole thing that people talk about now called earthing, about really what happens when you put your bare feet on the ground when you can and walk barefoot. It's from the time when we all didn't have shoes way back when, as Neanderthals. It stimulates things in our body, and we are healthier and we're calmer. So that staying in nature thing. So those are things I'm working on. Doesn't mean I'm still drinking enough water every day. I'm constantly working on it. I constantly have to remind myself at times of, oh, you can't look at that now. If you look at that now on your screen right now, you're probably not going to have a good night's sleep. So those are just simple, kind of obvious things, but most people don't do them.
Yeah, it's so funny. You said simple, obvious things. Those are the things that build those foundation blocks of what we need to be able to be our best selves and our optimal selves. And I know that, came up through in the interview with you, hearing your CEO story, but I love how you kind of touched on that habits piece too, which we talked about with the hacks, because I think so many times we forget how to kind of set those things up for us to be successful. And really, it's not like sometimes, oh, I have to drink 8 cups of water. It's just like, oh, okay, I know when I wake up, I should drink 2 cups, or I know when I do this, I should drink. It's creating those habits so that it creates the likelihood of that happening so much more. And I love, the sleep part, the drinking water, the exercise and movement, because I imagine all of those things help to, I won't say eliminate, but maybe reduce the stress and the things that are
It
kind of
does.
pulling at us and hurting our health to an incredible degree.
Yeah, they do. The water thing, it's getting yourself a designated bottle, and you
Those
decide,
big
I fill
waters.
it at
Mhm.
breakfast, I fill it at lunch, the habits. It's all about the habits.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Odell, I truly appreciate you again for hopping on for the bonus section. Again, I wanted to pass you the mic, so to speak, just to see if there's anything additional you wanted to let our readers and listeners know, and of course, how best people can get a hold of you.
Okay. I would say that it's a lifelong process to take better care of yourself. It's unlearning um, what we may have learned or didn't learn when we were younger, to value yourself. That if you, I said this before, but if you don't value yourself, um, first of all, other people won't value you. And your life will be a different place if you're unhealthy. Being someone who's had those times in my life where I struggled with health, uh, I know what a difference it makes for me and my family members. The people that I love, when you're not healthy, it impacts them as well. So I would say, I would encourage people to make the decision they're going to make improving their health an important part of their life. And they can start small, not to decide, I'm going to run a mile every day when they haven't run a mile in forever. Start small with, I'm going to walk to the corner maybe and back, or walk, a little bit farther every day and build that habit. Because I've been walking now for 6 months every day. And there were days I didn't want to, I didn't feel like it at all, but I said, I got to go because this will make a difference. So making the commitment to yourself. So, and there's, take control of your health. And if you want to know more about our products, which do that, help you take control of your health, or even have a dialogue with me about, Odell, I've been struggling with that too. You got any ideas what I might do? I love to talk to people. I'll do it in the email or we can schedule a Zoom. I love to talk to people and help people. And you can find me on Facebook on Odell Bowman. You can email me at Odell, ODELLE BOWMAN at gmail.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, Odell. We will have the links and information in the show notes and all the information about what it is that you do so people can connect with you, have conversation. She's a fabulous connector as well, too. So I appreciate you for giving us an opportunity to learn from you. And it's so important to understand and remind ourselves that health is wealth. Just as you said so well, it doesn't just impact us, it also impacts the ones that are closest to us. Often when our health isn't as up to par as it needs to be, sometimes it can impact those around us. So we want to make sure that we do it for ourselves, but also for our loved ones as well. So I appreciate you for reminding us of that. I appreciate you for helping so many people do that. And I hope you have a phenomenal rest of the day.
Thank you, Gresham. Thank you so much for having me.